Hello and welcome to the Money Marketing Podcast, and welcome to this special series of Weekend Essay podcasts. Join us as we delve into the personal narratives of our editorial team, exploring the intersection of life experiences and financial advice. From triumphs to setbacks, each episode offers a candid glimpse into the journeys that shape our perspectives on money management. Get ready to uncover the human side of finance as we share our stories, insights, and lessons learned along the way. Welcome to the Weekend Essays on the Money Marketing Podcast.
A few weeks ago, I could be found stumbling around London's Old Street in the rain, juggling Google Maps on my phone and a dodgy umbrella. I was looking for the offices of Finders International, but was having some trouble locating it. Very annoying, but appropriate for a company that specialises in tracking down lost assets, often with great difficulty. After a few more delays, however, I was drying myself off and sitting across the table from CEO Simonne Llewellyn and International Asset Service Manager Louise Levene, sipping coffee and learning about their work. You may be familiar with Finders International through its appearances on the BBC series Air Hunters, which has been running since 2007. The business itself started almost 30 years ago with just a few people. Today, it has 114 staff, with offices in London, Cardiff, Yorkshire, Edinburgh and Dublin. Its goal, as you've probably guessed, is locating heirs in the UK, Europe or globally, identifying unclaimed assets, repatriating foreign-held wealth, and assisting in intestacy cases. To this end, it works with probate lawyers, local authorities, and numerous referral partners worldwide for international assets. Our research is always for positive reasons, says Levene. We do not involve ourselves in tracing for debt recovery or similar purposes. It's strictly about identifying rightful heirs or ensuring that assets are brought back into an estate. To the layperson, estate administration may seem relatively straightforward, and for many people it is. But increased international mobility and fragmented asset ownership can lead the unwary down a lot of rabbit holes. For example, thanks to increased migration into and out of the UK, clients may have investments, bank accounts, or property abroad, and there are often all kinds of probate challenges in foreign jurisdictions. People don't always realise the complexity of managing cross-border assets until a key individual passes away, says Llewellyn. Also, someone might live in one country but have family and assets elsewhere. In one recent case, Levene adds, we traced 47 beneficiaries who were spread across Canada, New Zealand and Australia. Sometimes this has a happy ending, such as when Finders uncovers hidden assets that were forgotten or never disclosed. Llewellyn recently spoke to a woman who received an unexpected cheque just before Christmas. Her husband, who had been an accountant, passed away 20 years ago, she explains. She believed she had handled all his finances, but last year we informed her that he had shares in an American company. She was convinced he never owned any, yet after our research, she received a £20,000 payout, 20 years after his death. A key culprit in many cases is outdated contact information. Financial institutions rarely put much effort into tracing account holders, so dividends and statements might be sent to an old address for years before the account is eventually declared dormant. Absent or outdated wills are also a common problem, as is the rise of digital assets and cryptocurrencies, which presents fresh challenges when it comes to tracking funds. Then there's the issue of accessing assets. Many people assume they can simply instruct a financial institution to release funds, but it's not always that simple, says Levene. Banks, particularly in the US, often require direct communication with the account holder, which is impossible if that person has passed away or lost capacity. Llewellyn agrees. We've had cases where banks continue asking for confirmation from someone they know is deceased. It's a process of navigating bureaucracy and educating financial institutions on legal procedures. So, how can Finders International help financial advisors? Often it's a case of awareness. Many advisors don't realise they can come to us directly for support, says Levene. For instance, an advisor may know a client's assets but not their next of kin. If the client dies and there's no known beneficiary, the advisor may not be able to instruct a solicitor. That's where we come in. We can locate the next of kin, introduce them to a probate lawyer, and facilitate the estate administration process. Of course, prevention is better than cure. Both Llewellyn and Levene emphasise the need for regular financial health checks, ensuring all institutions have the latest contact details, monitoring dividend payments, and checking for any gaps in account activity. At the end of the day, says Llewellyn, people need to keep their records up to date and manage their assets. and she doesn't set much store in artificial intelligence and technology making this process easier. AI might help improve response rates, but it won't change human behaviour. The internet didn't eliminate the need for probate genealogists, and AI won't either. There's no global registry of assets, and financial institutions all have their own rules. Estate research will always require human expertise. There's no other substitute. With that, I say my goodbyes and head to the station, this time relying on my human expertise instead of Google Maps.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of our Weekend Essay series. We do hope that you enjoyed it. Please do keep up to date with all our new releases via Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts from. You can also keep up to date with all our new content published on the Money Marketing website, as well as our print edition Money Marketing magazine, so make sure to subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. See you next time.